Hi, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a stocks to watch video. Today is February 27th, 2022. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. And I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. Also, if you like these videos, stop right now. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I really do appreciate it. And it helps me out. I'm trying to grow that subscriber base. So again, just right now, stop, subscribe. Thank you. All right. Little overview of the cues. We tried to push lower, price tried to push lower. It firmly reversed on high volume. That's a good spot right there. And it hasn't followed through the next day. Very good. We still have a lot of overhead supply, so I don't think this is going to be a V bottom, but you never know. That being said, there's starting to be some things setting up, so let's get into it. And I think I have three major groups and then some miscellaneous at the end. 25 total names. Metals and minings is where we're going to start. I have 6 names in this group. Let's look at MP. Here's MP. MP's been a little choppy, a little sloppy, but it's definitely made the turn above all of its moving averages now, and had a couple of nice days in a row. Earnings out of the way, big volume coming in. So lots of stuff going on there. Looks really good. Yeah, there you go. MP. FCX, Freeport McMoran. It's now just starting to break out from this area. It's above all of these, all overhead supply, and it's moving much higher on good volume. Tech resources, again, had this kind of like bull flag look to it, and it's moving higher. Hasn't quite broken out yet, but I think like FCX, it's going to, and it looks just beautiful uptrend going on there. Vale, again, all these are mining and mining type names. Not as good as the other two, right? Tech and FCX looks a little bit better, but same idea. Uptrend, pull back, and now trying to break out again. So again, another good one. CNX, an aluminum name. Beautiful bar right here after earnings. They try to push it lower. Buyer stepped in above all its moving averages. It looks like all-time highs or real close to all-time highs. So yeah, looks real nice breaking out this area right there. And then LAC, a lithium name. So this was a cup and handle, which I highlighted way back when, and it broke out and it had a nice run, made some money in this one. It came back, retested the breakout, right? So then you could probably go to a weekly or something like that. And it's just a normal retest of the breakout, right? Boom, boom. It held. And now, you have this downtrend line, which you can play against if you'd like to. I'd like to see this VWAP, this 2983 area. I think that's probably the trigger. So it may take a few more days. Maybe it gets rejected, but it's above all its moving averages, and they're starting to turn, at least flatten to turn up. So that looks really good. So there's 6 names right there. Energy remains strong. PBR is one of them. Again, trying to break out of this area. Had earnings already. It looks real nice right here. Love the way this is. Right there, PBR. That's a nice looking chart right there. Write that one down. Never mind me for a second. Thank you. All right. BTU. Yeah, so BTU, not as nice as PBR, but is doing a lot of things right and is above all of its moving averages. Maybe it's some kind of inverse head and shoulders is trying to make here. A lot of volume coming in on the upside. That was a pretty nasty down day right there, 20%. So let's see what happens here. Maybe a little bit more cautious with this Peabody energy. But if you can make the turn here, get above the 9-day right there, then you could manage risk against this low potentially. But again, buyer stepped in the next day, didn't quite push it back up. So I'd want to see it follow through to the up end right here. That's BTU, SLCA. gigantic bar over here on earnings, up almost 20%. I like to see that type of bar better. Again, now it's extended. Now you got to let it see what happens, but definitely should be on your watch list after a move like this. Bang is going to be on there. Just been going sideways, tightening up, moving averages catching up. If it could break out of this area and move higher, then great place to manage risk, making this volume shelf, if you want to call it that, right there. Just be careful with them, know your levels. If it breaks down from here, it'll be a serious breakdown. You can use the 50-day right there if you want to, the low of this day if you want to, whatever works for you, right? That's FANG, VNLM, its brother, trying to break higher, getting a little wide and loose in some of these energy names. And it's just something that I'm noticing. So just be careful with that type of expansion like that. I don't know. Maybe they're going up forever, but you say it's in a channel now. That's a possibility. But I do see this kind of wide and looseness in it. Looking at the weekly, again, just getting kind of wide and loose, but still manage your risk however you need to. It is above all moving averages. Nothing really to see there as far as on the bet downside. HP. This is a trade I was in. I got shaken out of this one when it came back in. Still looks really good if this breakout rematerializes and it could push back higher. Love the double bottom look to it. Still above all its moving averages. Looks amazing. EQT. Another one that's got just a nice clear level. You can easily, do something like this, try to break out, resistance, try to break out again, lower high. So I definitely would want to see it confirm this breakout before I got involved, but it's an energy name that looks pretty good. MPXD, again, trying to break out of a big area here. Again, it's working hard trying to do that, and such a big area, it may take time. Great amount of volume coming in though, and because it's closing right near these highs, very easy to manage risk, right? Whether you do it against this day's candle or that day's candle or the 23-day EMA, whatever you choose. It looks really good. All right, some technology is starting to set up again. Datadog is looking real good, right? So here's Datadog, and it kind of, again, you could call this lower highs. Maybe that's a lower high right there, but I do like that gapped up, and you can put a VWAP on that, and it's declining, so it does have to get above that 166 level. But there are levels here. If it can pop through all these levels, you have a chance to make it back to this all-time high. 185 would be a nice little target right there. I don't do a lot of targets, but I am I'm experimenting with the strat system. Again, that's where these lines are coming in a little bit. So that would be my final target, this one right here, and to play for that move right in there. That looks pretty good. But on a bigger time frame, things are starting to if it can get back up here and start to make a higher high, that would be really bullish. Let's keep going. Tenable. Again, cybersecurity name, daily, big area. Let's see if it can get back and test this area up here. Right now, not playable, but again, if it continues higher, maybe on the breakouts, right? Then you can manage risk there. A couple of semiconductor names. I like Micron Technology here. This is the area that needs to break out. Again, you get some lower highs here, so you got to be careful with that, right? I don't know if there's going to be another rollover or not, retest, down here somewhere, but it is starting to shape up. Let the moving averages kind of chill out. If it can move higher, then they will start to curl up and move higher too. I like that it has a flat 200-day as opposed to declining, which many have. On technologies, another one that looks really good. This is an inclining 200-day. It looks even better above all its moving averages. like to see this bullishly align a little bit better here. Again, we do have the higher potential of lower highs in here. So it's got to take out the 67.19 area. But if it can do that, then I think there's a chance that on could lead it this higher. So definitely put that on your radar. AMD, we'll just throw that in there too. Again, it came back in. Is this a bottom and it's going to make the right side of its base? It's very possible, you know what I'm saying? So keep AMD on your list. I wasn't planning on showing AMD, but it's something that I'm watching. Would love to see this and make a right side to the base and potentially lead the market higher too. Not as nice as the other ones. That's why I wasn't going to show it, because you have a declining 50-day and but it's above an inclining 200. So anyway, little bonus one on there. And then miscellaneous. This one's kind of a technology name, kind of. Vera Mobility. You had this area right here. It's starting to break out. I was worried that this could be too tight, too long. It does have earnings, I believe, tomorrow. So know your risk. I probably wouldn't be in this. I have a small position currently, a very, very small position, because earnings were so close. But I do like how there's a lot of nice accumulation going on in this name. So there's Vera Mobility, VRRM, Live Nation, LYV. Again, trying to break out after earnings. Looks pretty good. Mattel, MAT, broke out this area, kind of flagged out a little bit here, trying to push higher. SYY, Cisco. You got this double bottom, the breakout, beautiful candle right there on the breakout. Again, not crazy amounts of volume, but it doesn't have to be. Again, you can manage risk on the low here, or you can use moving averages depending on your time frame. Some shippers, SBLK. Marine shipping has been strong for a long time. Dividend coming up. Trying to move higher. Looks good. Zim, that's one looks real good too. Create this little bit flag. Tried to push down, couldn't. Pushing back up now. Love that. Earnings coming up. And then Kimco Realty. Let's just go to weekly chart so you can just see what's going on here. Yeah. So Lewis, right? This goes back to 2016, and we can actually pull this back all the way down to back to 2007 highs, right? So this is a gigantic level for Kimco, trying to break out of, a 14-year base, 15-year base, whatever. That's a big deal. So I always like charts like that. If that does break out, is what it is, but that's a big level right there. Okay. So there you go. I have 25 names for you. The metals and miners seemed like the strongest, things like FCX, and tech. Those were some of my favorites. VRRM with earnings close by. That's a favorite. Love the way this looks. Kimco, if it breaks out, that would be a favorite, right? And let's pull one more. I like to give you guys a top 5. So maybe Datadog. Let's look at Datadog real fast. Yeah, I'm gonna go Datadog on this one. It's a weekly chart. You see how good the weekly looks. If this can come back up here coming into this week, I played to the 185 level. Yeah, that's a nice little 24, 25 point move. That'd be really nice. All right. So there you go. Again, if you haven't done it yet, please like and subscribe to my channel. Again, it really helps me out, keeps me motivated, keeps me going when I see more and more subscribers. So thank you very much. Tell me what I missed. Tell me what you're watching. We don't know if the bottom is in, and there could be a lot more work to be done making these bases, but I'm starting to see some constructive action. So it's, we'll call it cautiously optimistic. All right. You guys take care and have a great day.